Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So before I continue on with any extra videos or plans that I have for the rest of the year, I was just like, you guys don't really know much about me. So I went on Instagram and I was just like, hey guys, ask me any questions and I will respond on my channel. So I wrote all the questions down. It's a bunch because I asked everyone to ask me a lot of questions about myself. So I'm gonna get started. All right, so the first question is, what made you start creating content? I feel like honestly, I've always been creating content in the sense of like photos. I'm the muse. I love taking pictures of myself or someone taking pictures of me. Like ever since I was a kid, recently my mom was telling me that I would always be like, take a picture of me because she used to have like a film camera back in Haiti. I don't remember this memory, but she told me like a couple months ago and I was like, wow, it was always in me, you know? But I would say for YouTube, it was more like a dear to myself because I just don't like my voice. And I know a lot of people can say the same thing. Like whenever anybody hear themselves, a lot of the time they cringe. But I was always like, oh, I don't see myself recording or doing YouTube because I just didn't like my voice and I just don't know if anyone find my voice annoying. So I was just like, I'm gonna dare myself to try it. If I don't like it, then I don't like it, but at least I tried. So yeah, I would say that that's the main reason why I got on YouTube. But overall, I would say taking pictures was like my first form of content. But yeah, next question is, what is the funnest thing about creating? It's getting it done because it could be in my mind. I could be like, ooh, maybe I could do this. But I feel like the funnest thing is actually putting it to fruition. Like to me, that's the funnest thing because I know a lot of the time, us as creators, we could think about it all day and get so scared about doing it or like how people will perceive it. So then we just never actually, put the foot forward. So for me, the funnest thing is actually getting it done. Okay, what's my dream brand sponsorship? I think right now, since I've just started, whoever comes my way, okay? Because right now I'm wearing Fashion Nova. Sorry, I gotta do something with my hand. So this is my brow pencil. I wear a lot of Fashion Nova, so I would say as of right now, that's like my current dream. But anything that will take me, that is good material, that actually wouldn't harm nobody. Like I love clothes, I love makeup, love hair products. I'm a girl, so please send me anything girly, anything that's cute. Okay. Next question, what is your dream lifestyle? I feel like it's always changing. 1 second it could be like all these materialistic things, like a bigger home, a bigger car. Well, not a bigger car, but it's always changing. But I would say right now, I'm really happy. Like me and my man, we moved into this place. I was in the military. Since you guys are getting to know me, I was in the military. I did my technically it was a 3-year contract. And then I extended for a year just because I didn't know if I wanted to stay or get out. But I got out after the 4 years. And then after that, we've just been living together. He moved down here, to stay with me. So overall, I'm really happy. Like, I'm really content. I know, like, I'm always working towards something new. I'm always learning. So, like, even right now, YouTube is, like, my new thing. But as a lifestyle, I would say it's just to be happy, to be able to afford things. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, huge material stuff. But to be comfortable. I'm a Taurus. I love me comfort. I love nice things. And I love to be loved. So, yeah, I feel like overall, I'm living like my dream lifestyle right now. And of course, I know it can get better. But through my faith with God and just like the people I have around me, I'm really content. I'm really happy. So, yeah. And I know not many can say that. So I'm really blessed. I'm blessed overall. Thank you to God. Okay, moving on. Moving on, let's see. When are you coming back to Turks? So I lived in Turks for a couple of years before moving to Maryland. But I took the fiance 2 winters ago, actually. Damn, last winter we actually went to Brazil. So 2 birthdays ago, I took him to Turks. I don't know when I'll come back. Of course, my mom still lives there, so I gotta go visit her. And since this year, me and my man were doing the whole wedding and prepping for that, so I gotta save for Turks because Turks is expensive. So unless you're gonna pay for my ticket and my man's ticket, maybe next winter. Maybe next winter. But yeah. Let's see. So the next question is, where are you having your wedding? And congratulations, by the way. Thank you. Should I tell you? I don't think it's really like that big of a secret. What a secret. It's not that big of a secret. We're gonna have it in Jamaica, and in the grill, to be specific. I'm not gonna show y'all the venue or nothing like that, but we are having it in the grill, Jamaica. Next question. I'm thinking of joining. How was your military experience? I guess it all depends on the branches. I would definitely tell you maybe try Air Force, but I had to do Army just because I immediately needed to get in there. Like my situation that I was going through before the military, I needed some form of support, some form of sleeping arrangement, some form of how to feed myself. Yeah, it was like that. So yeah, I would say for me, it was just out of survival. So I had to do it at the time. And I only had my green card at the moment. So I was like, I need to get my citizenship because it took years, like years to get my green card alone. So I was just like, for my citizenship, I'm just gonna join the military. And of course, it do give the GI Bill and just like so many other benefits. But benefit aside, the Army, well, again, it all depends on what branch you're trying to join. But the Army as a whole, the basic is really not that bad. It's really like 2.5 months. Like you just gotta keep telling yourself, it's only 2.5 months. This is not the rest of my, it can feel like this is gonna be the rest of your life, but it's not. And then after that, you do AIT, which is where they train you for your job. And for me, I was supply logistics. So mine wasn't that long, but it all depends on what your job is. So if you're doing anything like medical, it could be like 7 to 9 months range. So it all depends on the job that you're trying to do. After that, I was at Fort Hood, which now is called Fort Cavazos. I think that's how you say it. But I was there and I was like in a field artillery unit. So I had to go to the field all the time. I hated the field. Like I know most men don't mind it because it's like you don't really have to do much paperwork or anything like that. But me as a lady, being out in the field, not really being able to shower, not really able to like really rest because I was like more of a support. So I had to do the night guard and like staying up overnight, or sometimes I will have to drive a commander around. So sometimes they'll need to go to a meeting at like 3 a.m. Like why couldn't y'all wait till 7 a.m. or 9 a.m.? So yeah, that was not fun. And just overall, I think it all depends on who's your coworker, like who's your NCO, or I mean, if you are an officer, then whoever is above you. But it all depends on who you work with. And I'm gonna just leave it as that. But I think that's like for everything. Like, of course, the military is more like on you because you're with them, you work out with them, you you leave with them. And sometimes if you are going overseas, you're with them for that whole rotation. So let's say you're out there for 9 months, you're with your coworkers for 9 months. Anywho, so that aside, the military, it was cool. It was cool. For me, couldn't have it any other way. I'm glad I joined. I would definitely recommend it if anybody is like they're not going to college. The job market, especially right now, yeah. So I recommend it. And if you feel like what I have going on right now is like nothing, then for sure try it. But if you're like, I can go to school, my job is not that bad right now, I don't want to leave my family or friends or anything like that, then don't do it. So yeah, overall, it was a cool experience. Would I do it again? No. But in the sense of like looking back, would I do it? Yes, because again, I'm still enjoying the benefits right now. I do have my citizenship. I do have my bachelor's that I used the TA because that's through the military while I was in, and then I used some of my GI Bill. So yeah, I would recommend it as long as you're in the mental space for it. Okay. Is Masters your real name? So Masters is actually my middle name. My first name is Angeline. And yeah, I just like to have my social names as Masters just out of security purposes. Like I don't know who's looking at my information and all of that. And yeah, technically Masters was my first name. And then once I moved to the US, nobody really knew how to really pronounce it because they'll say masseuse. And, that's like you getting a massage. And they used to joke about that all the time. And Angeline was actually my middle name. So once I got adopted, yeah, that's another story. Then I was like, you know what? They asked if I wanted to change my name. So I was like, you know what? I'll just switch it around just because it wasn't really bullying. So I'm not going to go that far. But it was just annoying that people would be like, oh, you do massages. Can I get a massage? Masseuse. But it's like, no, it's masseuse. Thank you very much. So yes, it is my real name. It's my middle name. Okay, so where do you live now? And when are you coming back to PG? So right now I live in Texas. I joined the military in Texas. I love Texas. And it's funny because when I first joined, I was in tears. I was crying because I didn't want to like leave my best friend. I didn't want to leave my man. Like my man being together. My man and I have been together since senior year of high school. So I really didn't want to leave them behind, but I'm really, really happy that I did because I really do love Texas. It's warm, like right now it's warm. It's April. It started being warm since March, and I'm a Caribbean baby. I'm Haitian. So why would I want to stay up there? But when am I coming back to PG? I am going to see Rizmady, my bestie, for Christmas and New Year's. So that's when I'll be back. So if you want to see me, hit me up. Okay, do you have any siblings? So that's like, from my mom's side, the only sibling I do know is my brother. So in my head, that's my only sibling. But I do have, I think like 7 or 8 sisters on my dad's side. And yes, they're all girls. That I've never met. Because, like me, I'm not close to my dad. So, yeah, I don't know them. I've never met them. So, yeah. Well, that's not really a question, but would I want to meet them? Honestly, I just don't know when I'll go back to Haiti because it's really bad there right now. Like, just everything that's going on with the economy, with the government, like, it's really, really bad. So, I would love to go, but I don't know when I'll be going. So if I get to meet them, that would be nice, but I just don't know when. But yeah, moving on to the next question. Okay, do you have any pets? No, we don't have any pets. And are we gonna get pets? I would love a cat, but I don't know. And they are very easy to take care of, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Javon, that's my man's name. He don't really care for pets either. So why put myself through that? Why did you and your how did you and your fiance meet? I already answered that without even knowing that was gonna be a question. We started talking senior year of high school, but I really feel like I've met him like sophomore year of high school. But I have very little memory of that. But we did have a class senior year, and that was when he started talking to me. So yeah, that was where I met him, senior year of high school. Um, do you have any relationship advice? It's hard out here. Um, Honestly, no. I know if I'm like talking to my friends and they're like, oh, this is going on, Angie. Like, of course, I'll tell them what I think, but overall, you just never know. Like, you just never know. Everybody is different. Everybody requires different things. We all have different types and needs. Like, I don't know. I would say we're not perfect, and for the right person, just know you have to have patience. Like, just overall, like with communication, because I know for me, communication was a bit hard just because of how I grew up and not really being able to speak up about how I felt. Like, just like when it came to arguments and things like that, you're gonna have arguments. I just didn't really go well about them. So, I've learned and he's learned things along the way. So, yeah, like for the right person, definitely patience and have fun. Like, have dates, do things together. Make sure like they're not just like a crush or a lover, but actually like grow a friendship with the person. But yeah, honestly, I don't think I really have an advice because everybody is just different and we all need different things. Um, okay. What's the next? How would you describe you and your man personalities? I guess these were like the relationship questions. But I would say for me, I'm definitely like more of the laid back type of personality. And he's like if anybody comes up, he's gonna greet them, he's gonna like ask questions or talk to them. But me, it's like if I know you, I know you. If I don't, then I'll still say hello. But if you're not talkative, then you're probably not gonna get much out of me. And I actually don't like that. Like, I want to change it. I want to be more outspoken, not fake, but just outspoken overall because, it's childish. Like, you need to talk to people. So, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to, like, just get more and more out of my shell. And again, that's what YouTube is for overall. So, yeah, this is me trying to get out of my shell, trying to be more out there. And yeah. Okay. So you seem to have a lot of friends. How did you get to this point? Acting as a girl with a lot of anxieties. That's funny. It's funny because I actually have a lot of anxieties too, just like I was talking about with the previous question. I don't do well with new people, but with friends, I guess I'm very intentional. Like, I know there's the whole like type A, type B type of personality or you in a friendship. I would say I'm more of the type A. Like, I plan things. I'm intentional about calling my friends and making sure they're okay. Like, I know some people would be like, "Oh, I can talk to my friend like twice a year and they'll be fine." And I'm like, "That's great and all, but like What if they had a depressive episode last week? Like, how would you know that? Like, and not everybody is good at telling you how they're feeling at the moment. Like, some people is like they deal with it and then they come and talk to you. So I personally believe in not like a every single day checkup, but like at least once through the week, like, check up on your friends, see how they're doing. Like, I know there's like close friends and there's like associates and things like that, but yeah, I would say I keep my friends, and my friends actually see like I put the action and how intentional I am about keeping things like strong, keeping like making sure that they know that I care about them. And yeah, I give people my time. I give people that I care my time. And but overall, I love my friends. I'm very, very thankful for all the friends that I've made. So, and I can't wait for more. Okay. So, what are your goals for 2025? I lost my pen. What's my goal for 2025? Of course, my YouTube. I want to stay consistent. Like, I probably have, of course, 3 or 4 set activities, but there's still like 7 months or so. So I'm trying to at least do one per month. So just to stay consistent is that's one of my goal. Another goal that I've had since like last year has finally came to fruition, which is laser technician. So I'm just starting. Hopefully, I love being in the aesthetic space. So yeah, so that's one of my goal. But I do have another goal financially overall, but it's still like in the works. So I don't really want to talk about that. But overall, I want more happiness, some more experiences with my men, my friends, and just to overall continue to get closer to God, continue to stay consistent in my Bible and talking to God more. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much my full 2025 goal overall. Okay. I don't think I've actually ever received a weird gift, but I would say for me, a weird gift that I've given to a friend was a vibrator. Yes. She told me she never had an orgasm and she was actively having sex. So I was like, girl, what you mean you've never had an orgasm? So immediately I ordered her, it's like the little small tiny pills one. I was like, you can't be giving your body to these men out here and you've never had an orgasm. Like, that's a waste of time. So yeah, I would say for me, that's probably the weirdest gift I've ever given to somebody, but I can't think on my part. I feel like most of the time people do give me like things I actually use, or yeah, I can't think of something right now. Maybe I didn't find it weird. But my friend, well, that's one of the friends that I'm not really friend with anymore. But she definitely was just like, what the fuck, But to me, that was very concerning. I found something else to play with. But yeah, to me, that was very concerning. What you mean? Like, how are you actively having sex and you've never... Anyways. So, yeah. Next question. Have you ever made prank calls? I don't think I've ever personally made one, but like I've been around other people that did them. And I don't know, it's like at the time it's like haha, but then I get like in my head because let's say a prank call is to like Pizza Hut. I would hate to be working at Pizza Hut and somebody call me like, ha ha ha, I pranked you. Like, what the fuck? So I've never actually picked up my phone and done a prank call on somebody, but I've been around it, I would say. If you ever were a fruit, which one will you be? I do love me a lot of fruits, but I would say a pomegranate. I think that's how you say it. Just because, like, if you really want to eat a pomegranate, then you're gonna actually like do all of the work to get to the actual fruit. So, and I like that. I feel like that's like me as a person. It's like, I don't think I'm a lot to deal with, but at the same time, it's like I have different layers. So if you really want to be around me, like you kind of have to want to be around me. So yeah, if I were to be a fruit, I'll be a pomegranate. Okay, what's something you only do when you are bored? Aside from like scrolling on my phone, I would say like this is TMI, but when my hairs get long, I probably would twirl my vagina hair. Yeah, I would say that's like it's TMI, but that's something I'll do when I'm bored and I'm just chilling, just twirl, you know. And of course, scroll through my phone. What's the one item you can't live without? Water. And since I'm looking at it right now, like toothbrush, toothpaste, like can't be waking up and just going by my day without brushing my teeth. So yeah, but definitely water. Where are you at mentally? Mm. I would say right now I'm doing pretty good. Like overall, I really do feel good. I would say the past months because like financially, not because like I as a whole couldn't feed myself or like didn't have the basic needs that I needed, but more of like where I saw myself, where I wanted to be after getting out the military overall. Um I would say I was a bit I was a bit sad just because things were moving really slow or I just didn't know. Um, my plans that I had planned wasn't happening how I would have wanted them to. So overall, that just really took a toll on my mental health. But now they're actually slowly but surely happening. It didn't happen on the time that I wanted them to happen, but that's life. Like I wasn't able to join the military when I wanted to. Like I wanted to join right after I got out of high school, but I didn't have my green card yet, and then I had to wait an extra year because they had to do the background checks. If you are originally from America, you don't have to deal with that. But me personally, because I'm not from America, they took over a year to get that done. So yeah, that's something that I didn't know was like I started second guessing like should I join or anything like that. So that didn't happen at the time that I wanted it to. And with me getting out and everything that I planned also didn't work on the timeline that I wanted it to. So, and both times I was depressed. So yeah, but I would say overall right now I'm really happy. Of course, I'm still working more on financial things that I would want to keep achieving, but overall I'm good. Like your girl is actually good. So yeah. Okay, let's see. What's an experience that impacted your life trajectory? I think that's how you say it. I feel like a lot of things impacted my life in that sense, like me coming to the States, me having to live with my aunt and uncle coming to the States. That was an experience. And then me joining the military, that changed my life completely. Moving to Texas was a lot. Me getting out of the military, like I feel like I've really went through a lot of different cycle through life that a lot of people didn't have to or don't have to go through, and that's good, that's great. But thankfully I had to do all these things and it still all worked out, thanks to big God up there. Only him that did all of this, because my life could have went so many different ways. Like sometimes I really sit down and I'm just like thinking like, wow, it could have went so many different ways. Like, yeah, I'm thankful. All right, so that was the last question from the about myself. Nobody really asked my age. I am currently 26. My birthday is next month in May. I am a Taurus. What else? Yeah, I think like mainly those are like the other questions that nobody really asked, but that's me. So okay, moving on to the locks. What inspired you to start your log journey and how has the process been so far? I've always loved locks. Like I love what it represents, just the freeing look of it. So yes, I think for me, being in Turks was like the first like me beginning to really like locks. And then I just never like acted on it because my mom don't like them. Just being Haitian and just having strict background, like even after I got them, like my mom was not happy at all. But I'm so glad I tried it and we're here. Like look at the length, look at my hair. It's flourishing. So yeah, overall I just love the look of them. I love the fact that they're low maintenance. You still have to maintain it, okay? But they are low maintenance compared to doing your natural hair. Like I've been natural all my life. So prior to this, I had to do buns for the military, cornrows. I used to wear cornrows. I used to look like Queen Latifah up in there and I did not care because I didn't want to keep doing the buns. Like it took a lot of gel. I was having headaches. So, yeah, so I would say overall, I just love the looks of locks and I love the fact that they are more low maintenance. And you just, gotta get a retwist. These, I did them myself. So, of course, they're not like super crisp, but they're still very neat overall. Um, and yeah, I would say the the untwisted look, really, you really gotta learn to be okay with yourself when your hair is not fresh and just freshly twisted. But yeah, anyways, that I answered the questions. That's what inspired me overall. What are some misconceptions people have about having locks? I think one of the main ones I hear all the time, I hear some people go like 2, 3 months without washing their hair. Please, please wash your hair. I wash my hair every 2 weeks because before having locks, that's what I used to do. That's what my scalps love. So I still wash my hair every 2 weeks. I would say just like yeah, just wash your hair, please. That I feel like that's like one of the main one. Another one is like condition. I do use leave-in conditioner. I don't use a lot of it right now. I just ran out, but like I use a very light type of leave-in conditioner. And I don't do it like, you know how you're supposed to like spray your hair and oil it like every other day? I would say I only do it like once I wash it, and then after that I just spray and oil it. But please do use some type of leave-in because it's still hair. Like, like you still need some type of moisture aside from the oil and water. So yeah, so I would say those are like the two main ones. Wash your hair and use a light leave-in conditioner. So, okay. Have you experienced any challenges with your locks, such as breakage, buildup, or stereotypes? How did you overcome them? Okay, so the first, because this is like multiple questions. Okay, so the first thing, the challenges. I wouldn't say I personally had any challenges. Like I feel like my hair type is easy to lock up. But I would say my scalp do go through different like the seasons and just overall like I could go through a season where my scalp is really dry, so it'll flick up, and then like I'll go through another period where it's completely fine. Breakage. So you see this right here. Oh, no, not this one. this one. So this and this one broke because when I was in the military, I had to do a lot of ponytails. So, and just like I said, please try not to keep your hair in ponytails or tight styles overall. So I would say this is the result of that, because this is how long the rest of my hair is. And thankfully, like, my hair is thick enough so I can just hide it, or even I don't really care as much. But yeah, so definitely make sure you don't, have them super, super tight hairstyles, because your hair can break. So yeah. Build up. Like I said, my scalp do go through different stages. So it all depends. I don't oil my hair as much as I should, or at least as many times the lot girlies be telling me to do it. Uh, I would say for me personally, I oil my scalp weekly. And I know that's kind of bad. I oil it weekly and I wash bi-weekly. So that's how I do it. It works. My hair is still on my scalp. I don't know what to tell y'all. I know some people, they'll do it like every other day or every day. I don't think I really need it. I would say I could do better with just overall the rest of my hair. Like, just oil it more. Just to keep my hair is still like spongy. Like, it's not like super, super hard. But I feel like I could be better with that. But my scalp overall, I don't think I really need to oil it that often, because I do feel like my scalp do have like healthy oil balance. I don't think it's like on white people level of oil, but I think overall my scalp do have pretty decent oil balance. So I don't oil it too often, because I think I will have buildup from that. Okay, stereotypes. The first year that I locked my hair, it was from my own people. Was like, why did you do this? You look so much better with, freeform, or not freeform, free natural hair. I mean, my hair's still natural, but like just my fro, or like the natural hairstyles that I used to do. Like, everybody, because I was in the ugly stage. And I know I was in the ugly stage because I saw it myself. But yeah, so that was really hard to go through. And then when I went to Poland, which was like one of the rotations I had to go on from the military, I had a lot of positive feedback from the white people that was there. They were like trying to touch my locks, just giving me the most compliments. And honestly, it was very sad for me, because it was like my own people, my own like black people didn't really like it, but like I was getting praise on the other end of things. But I would say another thing, I would say you do attract different men. I would say, and even other people who've had locks can tell you the same thing. It's like you could be a natural fro girly or lock girly or straight or wigs. You do attract different type of men. Like I don't know how to explain it, but that's just how it is. So, but yeah, I would say those were like, I guess, the stereotypes. My first year, again, didn't really receive the most positive feedback from my own community. But now, of course, now that I have length, now that it like all the way grew out, like, of course, everybody's like, oh my God, I love your locks. But thankfully, I stick it through, and now I'm here. And how did you overcome them? Honestly, just keep going. Like, of course, it hurt at the moment, but it's like, I'm not gonna cut them off. Like, I think it's also me being a Taurus and me being stubborn. Like, you don't like it, and even right now, I don't like it. But just because you said you don't like it, now I have to stick it through. Now, even if I was gonna have it for 6 months, now I'm gonna extend it to a year. Like, that's just a Taurus thing. Like, we stubborn as heck. So I feel like as a whole, just keep going through the process. That's how I overcame it. What advice would you give to someone considering starting their lock journey? It looks easy, but it's not easy. Mentally, you do go through days where you're like, man, I want to cut them off today. Even now, I still have those thoughts. I would say for me, one of the main things you can see just from like how the sizing are, they're not really uniform. Like even my part, like it's not the most perfect part. So sometimes I'll go through days where I'm like, damn, I should have gotten it this size, or I should have. Yeah. So I definitely still go through days. As much as I love them, I still go through days where I'm just like, I don't know, you know? So I would say just an advice is if you really want to try it, try it. If it's not for you, I would say try it at least for a year. Cause I would say if you're like in the, shorter period and it's just like getting fluffed up, after the year, they will start to drop and have more weight to it. So then you'll start seeing more of the length, if the length is what like you can't wait for. But yes, like it's not as easy as people make it seem. Like you do have to maintain it, you do have to wash it. You mentally get stronger too because you go through days where you don't like what you're seeing, but you still stick it through and try to love yourself through those periods. So yeah, if you can, be okay with yourself looking crazy, I think that's a win in my book, you know? Yeah. Okay, what's one lesson you've learned from your hair journey that applies to life in general? You'll go through stages through life and with your hair, and you just have to stick it through. Like, you'll see better days tomorrow with your hair and with life. So, and your hair is like a plant. Like, it go through shedding period, it go through blossoming period, and sometimes it looks dead, like, and you feel dead. So I think my hair teach me to just go with the journey with life. So yeah, that was actually a very cute question. Okay, outside of hair, what are some passions or interests that drive you? I would say my mother. My mother really drives me because she's done a lot for me, done a lot for my brother. As a single mom coming from Haiti, going to Turks, and I feel like her as a whole, she drives me overall. And passion, I feel like what I'm doing right now is really, since I was a kid, like that's always been my thing. I love being in front of a camera. Not so much talking, but I'm working on it. So I think right now I'm actually working on my passion and actually taking the dive to work on my passion. So good job for me. Um, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Um, it will be okay. And it will not be okay. But it is still okay. I feel like my younger self would be like, girl, what? But yeah, that's really it. It's like you'll go through period of times and you sometimes will feel like you about to die, like you can never get out of the situation because like you're so deep in depression and just all of that. But eventually there will be light at the end of the tunnel. There really will be. And one thing is like, okay, so growing up with strict family and strict parents, like I was very anti being a Christian, anti going to church or listening to the rules. But I feel like now that I'm right back, but now I understand. Now I understand the love that God has for me. I understand his sacrifices for me. And just overall, I would say to my younger self, like, this is where you need to be, actually. Like, don't try to run off, try to be out here in the world. Like, of course, I still have fleshly desires, but I would say I would sit myself down and actually really talk to my younger self about the love of God. Because I feel like being around Christian, it's always like, do this, do that. But like, we never really was taught the love. So yeah. Anyways, I know that's like a completely different thing. But yeah, so I would say that's one thing I would tell myself, because God has helped me with some pretty depressive moments, you know, and He's kept me hopeful through those moments. So, with my younger self not going through any of those experiences, that's what I would tell her. Okay, so this is going to be the last question. How many locks do you have, and how often do you deep condition? So, I have 92 locks, and I deep condition like probably every 3 months. Yeah. Because again, you're not supposed to condition it as much. I deep condition my hair every 3 months, but I use like the very light leave-in conditioner every 2 weeks when I wash it. I've had previous videos where I showed you guys how I retwist my hair. If you are thinking of joining the lock community, just let me know in the comment and I will send it to you. But yeah, I would say I deep condition like every 3 months, but like I use regular light leave-in conditioner every 2 weeks when I wash my hair. So yes, that's everything about me and my hair. And yeah, so hopefully that answers a lot of the questions about myself, about my name. And so don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and if you do have any more questions that you'd like me to answer, please leave them in the comments, and maybe in the future I will answer. So thank you guys for watching. Mwah.